get showcased.
Welcome everybody to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, joined by the boss Chris Blackheart. New year, another day, another dollar, another show. How was your Christmas time, New Year's, and all that stuff?
No one cares.
So you're accurate on that.
But let's go into the weird live from the 1776 studio from the Dan Badante. This is not a gun-free zone. Well, actually, in Danny's house he is because he still hasn't got his permit from Cranston PD. So if anyone out there has connections to Cranston PD, Dan Badante is waiting for, what are you up to, 8 months, Danny?
Like almost a year.
A year. So if anyone wants to go down to Cranston PD tomorrow with Dan Badante and check on his status.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, no, I think I think we said last time, between New Year's and Christmas, it's a good time to reflection. I don't believe in making the goals for the fact that everybody quits them 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think the idea is figure out something that works for you and continue it. And if you don't continue it, you can't get the progress.
Well, common sense.
Wow. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Well,
So between all you people that go in the gym to see our buddy Frank over at Edge Fitness and Attleboro, please sign up. Please go.
it's not a cheap plug. I mean, we're gonna have to get a sponsorship here.
There is Frank.
have to hang up the
Frank does take care
flyers
of.
for the show. All that.
Yes,
good
Frank
stuff.
does take care of a lot of the SPW superstars over at Edge, so we do thank him for that.
Yeah. So
He's the most
And-
jacked ring announcer.
Sarge was pretty jacked.
what are we measuring people's arms?
I
here?
don't know, Dan. Do you like measuring men, Dan, or?
I'm not from New Bedford.
Oh, okay. Is that a New Bedford thing? Or? Oh, okay. Well,
That's why the seagulls fly upside down over there.
well,
It's nothing worth shitting on.
it's all right. Speaking of flying upside down and all that stuff, we're not gonna get into that. But we did get into another edition of Showcase Saturday Night.
We
this
did.
past Saturday in Woonsocket, and going back to that, thanks to everyone that showed up Saturday and packed the house at the SPW Arena for Showcase Saturday Night. We saw 7 big matches that took place.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
that night.
Looking at years past, we've always done really well between Christmas and New Year's and how it fell. And sometimes we don't run it.
Yeah.
But we chose to run it. The good part about it, a lot of extra friends and family came down.
Mm-hmm.
Great to see a lot of family supporting the boys,
Yeah.
which is good because it doesn't always happen. Again, we've all been doing this almost 30 years and 1,001 excuses why people can't show up. So it is nice when literally half the roster has a cousin, a friend, a girlfriend, boyfriend shows up. I think that's pretty cool. So that was probably one of the most packed full shows we've had there.
Yeah, in a while.
So
It's been a little
it,
while. So hopefully it continues on, and we'll talk about the show in general. We saw there the opening contest that feature YouTube world title matchup as Brother Moon Revan defended the title against young comer Logan Macchia. He's been back around Showcase for a little bit now, and he came up short, but definitely a good showing for the kid on Saturday night.
Well, he did. I mean, Logan, if I'm not mistaken, is 18. He went to upstate New York for college.
Yeah.
Came back for the break. Looks like he's going to be around for a while. Mm-hmm. And I noticed a lot of improvement, some new moves for him.
Yeah.
Stronger showing.
Yeah.
But Brother Mover, he is something wrong with him. I mean, we always knew it. We always knew something was wrong with him.
You just noticed there's something wrong with him?
Each time I see him, I just try to figure what is wrong. I know something is wrong with him, but I'm trying to figure out the what.
Could be a lot of things.
I don't think a medical
It could
professional.
be- it
I
could
don't
be
think a medical
multiple
professional could actually figure out what he
I
is.
mean, do you see what he wears sometimes? I mean,
I do.
well, you know, you hope you didn't, but you did, right?
All right. So did I tell you the story? Were
What's
you
the-
here about when he was down in Connecticut and Netflix? Then he came to practice.
No.
So he was down in Connecticut doing security down for Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And then he came to practice, right?
Yeah.
Came to practice, which I was very surprised, right? Because that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
You never miss out practice. So he came there, he changed, I'm looking at him, and he's wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black shorts, I think black socks, right? And
Yeah.
black sneakers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I looked at him and said, I've been waiting almost 12 years for you to dress normal.
Well, that was normal for him, right? 'Cause, you
No,
know,
but that was,
Usually.
he goes, oh, I forgot my normal stuff. This is what I had to wear. I think it was for Connecticut. And I'm like, this is what normal people wear,
Yeah. So, besides what he's wearing and his preference in clothing, he still regained the YouTube World Championship there. Moving on to the second match of the evening, we saw an open challenge by the Showcase Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion and Sons of Liberty Champion Rambo Godfrey, and that challenge was answered by Brian Starr, making his return to SPW Wrestling. Again, a great showing for Brian. There was a sketchy situation there towards the end with the referee and Rambo nailing Brian with a belt, one of the belts.
I don't think it was sketchy. I think Rambo literally,
Yeah, he just cheated.
no, he had a belt. The referee grabbed the belt, went to put it in the corner. When he did that, he took the other belt, creamed Brian in the head.
Yeah, he cheated.
You know,
You saw it,
I did see it,
and you allowed it.
but I'm not the referee. You know?
See what I'm saying, Danny?
No, but why do we have officials in there, right?
That's why you need 2 referees.
Maybe you
Championship
start
matches.
hiring some competent officials.
No, we did talk about it, and we still haven't had a ruling on championship matches. Do we have 2 referees?
Well,
And that would be a prime example.
I'm sure Rambo. He got away this
He did.
time.
He got a big one.
He
but
got away this time, but I don't think it will be the last time.
Well, Brian's we're glad to have him down on our roster. He does everything right. Let's be honest with you. Some people don't know about this, but Brian, he lives in New York.
Yeah.
He travels out here for some of the shows.
Yeah.
And he's doing everything right, So it's like to have
Great matchup there up until Rambo decided to take the shortcut. I mean, he's been doing that for quite some time.
No, this one was really blatant and obvious. I mean,
Wow.
put it this way, it was so obvious that I even saw it. All right.
Guess what? Blackheart, just like other people, did nothing. Congratulations. Now, moving on to the third match of the night, we saw D-Rex back in action in Woonsocket, and for his surprise, another return to Showcase Pro Wrestling, an alumni of Showcase Pro Wrestling in the training center, BRG, returned to take on the young kid D-Rex.
This was almost like a Back to the Future
Yeah.
because, ironically, BRG started right around the same age that D-Rex started.
Mm-hmm.
And I think BRG went there to teach a kid a lesson. Open his eyes a little bit.
Well, it sounded like that's what he was trying to do, and that's what he did because he was obviously victorious over D-Rex. He has some words for family and friends and for the kid himself after the match.
So the only good part about that, right? Like everything else, we can go in stories at the training center for the whole week that some days you don't want to hear it, but some days you got to hear it. I think BRG said some stuff that I think D-Rex took it and swallowed it and can be better from it.
Well, if he takes it serious.
We'll find out. I mean, he had a. We were watching the match, and the kid didn't do that bad.
Well,
and I told him,
surprisingly so, he hung in there.
yeah.
But you could only learn by taking the critiques and applying them and improving. So
Yeah, so I mean
that
that's
remains to be seen.
I think that's a classic example where if he won, I think he would have got lucky. If he won, I don't think he would have learned anything.
Well,
So a good loss and learning is better than a good win and not learning.
Speaking of losing, match number 4 feature another newcomer to Showcase Pro Wrestling, the Jester taking on Jay Evans. You saw that match?
I did. Well, it was a long match. Now, some people don't realize, like, when the matches go on, we're timing them. Average match has 15-minute time limit. We are timing the matches. And I know the time of this one. I want to say it was 3:41.
Yeah.
And I know that because at 3:44, Scott Ladeur came from nowhere.
No, he came in after the match was over.
Yeah, but at 3:41, I believe the bell rang.
Yeah.
And at 3:44, this is when...
And it's Brother Moon Revan to you, sir.
What
I don't know the Scott Ladeur individual.
No, well,
I know Brother Moon Revan,
like
the
he is
YouTube champion.
Listen,
he came out of nowhere.
He has so many
blindsided Jay
personalities.
Evans,
He talks to himself 7 different manners, 7 different ways.
Well,
But I don't know where he came from.
well, he came from somewhere in the back, behind the ring, under the ring. Who knows where he came from? But what I know is that he attacked Jay Evans. We've seen this strange situations with Jay Evans. We've heard from Annabelle.
Yes, we did.
So, now Scott kind of returning the favor.
Who's Scott?
Scott Ladeur,
You said that's
also known as Brother Moon Revan.
You said that's not who he is.
Also known as our Brother Bear,
Brother Bear.
a.k.a. the Brother Moons. See? See what I did there?
You're killing me.
Yep. So we saw Brother Moon Revan come out and attack Jay Evans, and now it leads to the next announcement that we got pretty soon.
Yeah.
But we haven't.
When we go down we
haven't ran through the card yet. So the 5th match of the night saw a triple threat matchup with another newcomer, Rocky, picture perfect Rocky, Christopher Spratt, once educated, and the deranged Dr. Williams, Roger Williams. You watched that match?
I did. And Rocky, I was hoping to see at practice this week. I've been dying to ask you this. What is so picture perfect about Rocky?
Maybe it's the times.
So, Danny, put that up in the chat. Can people please tell me what is so picture perfect about Rocky? Because that's what he goes by. I want to know. I thought about it yesterday. I don't know why. It kept stuck in my head.
Well, you want to get that slap.
I want to know what is so picture perfect about Rocky.
Well, that match. That match there, I was watching most of it. Then I stepped aside. I saw Roger Williams get the W on that one.
I did.
And then I seen him proceed to try to take the kid out. And I couldn't just watch him get beat up once again. Because the last time.
Oh, that was
okay.
That was. Oh, I forgot about that one. See,
the last time.
Yeah, why? Okay, talk about. Sorry, you tell me I don't get my nose into enough stuff. You put your nose in. Well, you have no connections with any of them. You're not tagged with any of them. You don't have a feud with any of them.
He's one of the students.
There's no titles.
I just said.
What?
He's one of my students.
Yeah, and?
Just because you're not responsible to take care of your students.
This is a squared circle.
Yes.
Not every day is training day. When you're on that circle, you got to learn some days on your own.
That's a square circle. And I happen to like being in the square circle. And he was going to get decapitated.
I think you had an itch. You had an itch. And you went out there,
I didn't have an itch.
You had an itch.
The itch was he was going to get mauled again. And I couldn't stand aside and let that happen. So I made it my business to do something about it. And obviously you didn't appreciate it.
No.
I'm Roger Williams is one of your little buddies now?
I've known Roger Williams for years.
No, okay.
So does this mean when we come back in on the 18th, you want to match with Roger Williams?
It might happen. I don't know. Right. You're making the matches.
No. I'm asking.
It might lead to that, but we haven't run down.
No, Roger Williams, he did get a big win. And in all honesty, maybe he shouldn't have hit the young kid.
Oh.
You know.
Now you want to.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
Okay. All right.
because the kid is learning, you know.
Okay.
But Spratt, maybe should have clotheslined Spratt, because maybe Spratt would have put down the drink.
Well, Spratt had the drink
and get more focused.
Well, Spratt wanted a drink. He was thirsty.
Well, and that's the problem. So Roger Williams, why don't you like clothesline like Damien and Spratt? You know, get
Those are the guys who got a problem.
yeah. No. I like them.
Because in that situation, he'll be helping out your little buddies.
No. Like, there's no connection there. What I want to say is they focus too much on other items compared to wrestling in the match.
No.
All right.
All right. Well, with
I
that
forgot about those two.
with that being said, I didn't forget the other half of
Yeah.
Higher Learning. The Damien was in action,
Yeah.
and he was in action against a guy you and I and everybody knows around
that?
this neck of the woods. Guy that's been notorious for taking planes, trains, and automobiles for 18 hours, periods of times. The Bionic One, Dan Badandi, against the Damien.
Yeah, no, I watched that. But anything you like about that one?
I mean, I saw again. Danny, were you enjoying some extracurricular
Yeah,
activities
Danny.
that
Yeah.
were going on in the ring? I mean, I saw some smoke coming around.
Yeah.
I got him in a bear hug, and he grabs the vape from the referee's pocket because he got confiscated for the match, and he takes
Yeah.
a whiff, and he starts wigging out, starts pounding me and everything, and he got out of the hold, and
You take his vape.
Uh,
Thought he took.
I gotta
his vape.
watch the footage. I think you.
no, he was on the side of me.
I think you
but I
puffed
think some of
something.
that smoke went in my
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Is that why you were
Contact.
eating munchies afterwards?
He was high enough that he got the win. So you know that matchup, Damien
maybe-
came up a little bit
Yeah,
short.
maybe in that case, Danny, maybe you should vape some more then.
Well, yep, Danny got the win over the Damien there. Showcase Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch. Is that footage up yet on
No,
our
it should be.
SP
it
Wrestling
should be
YouTube?
coming up
All right.
soon at SP
So when
Wrestling.
we put
on
that up
YouTube.
there, you guys tell me if Danny vaped, because there's a lot of content up on the YouTube. So
Well, which leads us to the final match of the evening was a tag team matchup that featured Danny Cabral and superstar Sean Candido teaming up once again to take on the inconsistent team of the Bums,
No, that's
AZ,
the
and
consistent-
Matt Michelson.
the
There you
consistent
go.
one.
The son of whoever he wants to be.
son of Michael.
Yeah. So, you know, again, miscarriage of justice in this match. I got to see some of it. I got to see the end of it.
Yeah.
I did see when AZ put the moose in Sean Candido's eyes, which made him, go nuts. I mean, he couldn't see, and he
Are you sure?
mistakenly hit Danny Cabral with that cutter. They took advantage of it, and they won the match, which is BS. Again, guys getting away with cheating, underhanded tactics, and Chris Blackheart just sitting in the back
Listen.
watching all
So
this
does the
stuff.
championship committee at all when you guys meet together?
I don't
do you
understand.
bring
No,
this up?
we did bring it up. We did bring it up about that, but that wasn't a championship match.
Yeah, but it's a contendership. They keep moving up the
I ain't
ranks.
saying every match contend.
They
Now,
keep moving up the ranks with this.
You can't tell me that it wasn't very nice, consistent ones to potentially help Sean Candido with his hair.
What hair?
Get a little bit more conditioned.
Candido hasn't had hair for as long as I haven't had hair.
But that doesn't mean he can't help him.
By putting hair mousse in his
Yeah,
eyes.
you want to make sure the scalp wasn't moving.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But in all seriousness, right, and I said this, to the locker room, some people forget that Candido, this is going into his 25th year.
Well,
That's pretty amazing. He's having better matches. He's in better condition than he has been in the last, 10 years. He's having better matches, and talking to him, he says he feels good.
Well, that's
So,
always a plus to
yeah.
stay healthy in the wrestling business.
So if he
And,
took the loss because of a slight realignment,
The slight anything, he blatantly cheated. They knew they were going to lose. He kept that moose around at ringside that needs to be banned, as well as that mirror that he comes out with.
Right.
I'm just putting
Wait,
stuff
wait,
out
wait,
there
wait,
for
wait,
seeing that when he watches this.
I
You know
got a
what,
question.
Don?
Right.
Yeah, Don, we should do have Sergeant Moldine and Cena calling when they
Yep.
to see if these championship committee
No, but
meetings
okay,
are really
right.
happening.
So, you know, like,
I don't think these meetings are happening at all, Danny.
He's done. Hey, that's not really nice.
I think.
Muldoon has to get up really early in the morning.
Oh,
So
okay.
the fact that he may or may not be on there the full time is not my
Well,
fault.
we might have to do an
Right,
early
but-
edition
right.
to show
You're
people.
trying to be a white knight, all right? What about the
Not being
Don
a-
Vega who used to go around with the black and white Puerto Rican flag, right? He wasn't so innocent, was he? Huh?
I mean, I changed my ways, Chris Blackheart.
Hitting people with the flag.
Everybody
People
changes.
thought because it was you were doing it for your heritage, you were doing this for something to hit people.
Well, you know, I mean, why are we bringing dirty?
I'm just saying, you're trying to make me sound like the bad guy. We have a referee for a reason. The referee is supposed to call it. They're supposed to put all the authority in them, and we stay
Well,
out of
this
it.
is, you know,
we stay out of it.
Going back to what you just brought out here for whatever reason. I mean, it ain't like people are stranger to the things I've done in the past.
What about fireballs, huh?
Yeah, just keep adding.
I'm just
Just
saying.
keep adding,
Oh,
you
no,
know,
it's-
forks and all types of stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, you remember
Forgot
that
about
too?
that. Jesus,
Yeah.
forgot about that. All right. Let's go back to something
Well,
nice.
you know,
No, I
speaking
forgot
of-
about that.
Okay,
Forgot
so
about that. Okay.
speaking of those things that
Yeah.
I did in the past,
Yeah.
that's why I'm able to pinpoint these
right.
things happening
All right, so
right
that is
away.
good.
Maybe I should be a commissioner. Maybe I should be the sheriff like Shawn Michaels back in the day. Remember that?
Sheriff Vega.
Yeah, Sheriff Vega. It's better than Judge Vega Brown.
Downtown Vega.
Downtown Vega Brown.
I can see it. I can see it.
Bench is gonna like it.
We can have a sworn-in ceremony and
Yeah.
at the Warwick Police Department.
Well, you know.
We can finally have law and order coming out of there.
Well,
That'd be
I
perfect.
mean, it's if you're waiting for law and order from the system, you're gonna be waiting for a long time. So,
Corporate Vega.
okay. No, okay, but that is something I'll bring up, you know. So,
and one
but
of the
no,
meetings, Danny.
Yeah, the meetings.
Speaking of meetings
guys
and
are
happenings and dates, we go to our first date of the new year, January 17th, as we return to the Taunton BFW Hall on Friday night, January 17th, 7:47 p.m. bell time. Chris Blackheart, a lot of matches will be announced shortly for that card as the road to March anniversary begins in Taunton. You ready for that?
March anniversary, it is coming quick.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize it's when's January 1st.
Well, Danny was ready last month. Remember when he was
Yeah.
like,
No, but it does. You know, on the business side of it, once January hits, it's almost March anniversary.
So, you know, that's our first date. So make sure you join us January 17th at the Taunton BFW Hall. That's the road to March anniversary, the beginning of it. And then the next night, we're back at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena, January 18th for Showcase Saturday night, 7:07 p.m. bell time. And like we said, this time around, last one was sold out. Get your tickets for this one because it's going to be the same moving on forward. You know, showcaseprowrestling.com for those tickets. If you want to pull the poster that's already online for that event on Saturday night, few matches already have been signed, including a U2 World Championship match as Brother Moon Revan takes on Jay Evans in an I Quit match for the championship. I know you didn't make that match.
Oh, but
'cause
you like
you're
that
just
you
finding
like
out-
that one.
You're
No,
just
no.
finding out about it.
You
See,
like-
Danny, this is how I know he didn't know about the poster. He didn't know about the match.
Well,
There you have it,
those
Chris
meetings-
Blackheart. You seeing it on the screen. Jay Evans, Brother Moon Revan, I Quit match for the YouTube Championship. What is going to happen? We've seen all the stuff with Annabelle. We've seen them attack each other. We've seen all the weird stuff that's going on between those two. You have to be there Saturday night to find out January 18. A big tag team matchup has also been signed as D-Rex and Picture Perfect Rocky will take on the team of the Inconsistent Bumps, AZ, and Matt Michelson. Well, you expected me to be excited?
All right, I'll do. And the last one, 3 big shows coming up.
There you go.
In January 25th, we go back to the Franklin Elks. That is Saturday the 25th. That is a fundraiser for New England Tumble and Cheer. Those tickets are all online right now at showcaseprowrestling.com. We always advise to get it ahead of time, or you can do it at the door, the old-fashioned way, whichever you prefer. But I'll be honest, on Woonsocket, we almost couldn't fit everybody in there.
Yeah, so
And last time we were in Franklin,
sold
almost
out,
the same thing.
Sold out as well. So get your tickets. Like I said, matches will be announced for those events coming up soon here on the podcast and on our social media. If you're not following yet, that's SP Wrestling for all social media, including our YouTube channel, where there's tons of matches being put on every week. New content on that page. So make sure you go subscribe, give us a like, and follow us on social media to stay up to date in what's going on in Showcase Pro Wrestling. New talent coming in. There's a lot of stuff that is happening. See, I know more than the guy here.
All right.
I just, I
new
take
talent,
my notes.
new venues, new events coming up.
So
Up in the spring too. Oh, you know about that one? Oh, you know
all
about that one.
all that
Trying
stuff.
to one-up me up for everything.
See, now he's hurt.
You have a nice conversation
You want
with
a hug now?
No, you have a nice conversation with Saj or Cena, and then you're like, "Oh, I know everything."
Wow.
I know everything.
Danny, who sent you the poster?
You did.
Thank you. We got somebody arguing over booking comedians.
Right. Well, that being
outside.
said, right, let's get a little shout out. Thank you for some people behind the scenes, especially people on our video and studio team. They do an awesome job pushing out the content.
Yeah.
Long hours on that, and some days they're the forgotten heroes of Showcase Pro Wrestling.
Well, yeah, it takes a lot of time and effort to produce the
So
show.
those who actually shoot it and those who are editing it on behalf of Showcase Pro Wrestling, the fans who thoroughly enjoy it, we do thank them for that.
Yeah,
'cause
production's amazing.
they do a lot of hard work.
So, that's that. Anything else going on in the independent wrestling world that you want to talk about, Chris Blackheart? Have you seen anything new? I mean, we brought on some news before.
Crying for the
Danny,
week.
you got some news you told us about earlier, some unfortunate news.
Oh yeah, let's do the bad stuff.
AEW reports that Sweet Daddy Siki dies at age 91 from Alzheimer's. So this was reported today by AEW. In the wrestling world, mourned the passing of Sweet Daddy Siki. After his in-ring career, he came close to becoming a trainer to many pro wrestlers hopefuls, including Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. And our thoughts with his family and friends and fans. So he passed away today, or yesterday, I believe.
So,
On the first, yeah.
Rest in peace, Sweet Daddy Siki, and we've lost some last year, so it adds on the first of the new year here.
Well, look at age-wise, he was 91.
Yeah.
I mean that's
a good life.
Yes. I can't feel bad if someone passes at 91.
Yeah, that's definitely a good life lived, and
God bless him.
yes, indeed. Other than that, any other news that we could talk about?
Well, if you want to go into some of the news between AEW and WWE next week.
speaking
Well, actually,
of-
it already started.
Yes.
Netflix and Cinemax.
So talk
Or
about,
Max.
you brought up the Max stuff.
All right.
You talk about that. Let us into what's going
if you
on.
look at it now, so
AEW Dynamite moving to Max or move to Max.
yeah, it looks like they put in all they still have their Wednesday. They're still doing their Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're moving is a lot of old content. I see year 1 and year 2 is going to be on Max now. And it looks like they may be something possible like WWE, like premium events.
Yep.
So we'll find out in the weeks to come if that's where they go. But if I'm not mistaken, that's a $185 million deal. And that is...
That's a big deal.
Tony, I know you listen to us. You don't have to spend it on talent.
Well,
You have great graphics.
that will be going to the next crop that gets released
Yes.
after WrestleMania this year.
Yes.
they'll
Tony,
be
give
getting-
us all the people on the contract. Don Vega would be happy to do the cuts for you.
Yeah.
Right?
So-
And then send some of the video guys back to video school because some days they overshoot.
Yeah, some of
They
us.
literally shoot too much. They're hurting your guys and your product. And the fact that they are going to smaller venues, next year, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look at the hammer
this
sign.
year now, we're already.
Well,
in
when
the
this year now, so if I'm not mistaken, we may have. Danny, can you do me a favor? This Wednesday, can you watch Dynamite? Because it should be the first time they were in a smaller venue.
Oh, they're at Hammerstein Ballroom? Or?
Well, if they are, that was a pre-tape from last weekend.
Okay.
So I'm not sure on that. It could be live for the first time.
So, speaking of live for the first time, that brings us to WWE Monday Night Raw at Netflix.
Well,
This Monday, upcoming Monday, January 6th, live, living color, Netflix, Monday Night Raw. It's weird because Raw was on the USA Network for so many years, and now to see it on a streaming service, we'll find out the quality. I mean, some people complained the last time they streamed the Mike Tyson fight. We'll see if that continues come Monday, Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
so the question on that one, did you watch football on Netflix on New Year's or Christmas?
No, I didn't.
Because those were up. Plus, I didn't hear people complaining, but I guess those are some of the big tests. I forget what they have.
Well,
for
yeah,
viewers.
but I don't think that those games are gonna get the same views that you're gonna get when Monday Night Raw moves from a network and goes to Netflix.
No,
So,
it's a big move.
it's a big move. The numbers are nowhere near to the numbers that Raw has, and compared to what they had with the football games. So we'll find out, and plus the curiosity eyes that are going to be traveling over, people that just watch stuff on Netflix now are going to be curious and clicked on that show. So
I wonder if they're going to do what Peacock has. So when you bring Peacock up, right? They have movies, programs, sports, and they have their own section for WWE.
own icon, yeah, but I think this thing now is gonna pop up as a live happening event as soon as you access the page. So, like I said, it's gonna have the wondering eyes of people that are, just curious, clicking on and tuning in. Speaking of that, Danny, you talked about some of the matches. What are some of the matches that are scheduled for this coming Monday? As Raw debuts.
I didn't check the matches. I was looking to the Royal Rumble, but they did sign the first match for the Rumble. If you want to.
We'll move on to that in a
you're
few.
killing me, kid. He doesn't want to tell the future.
Well, one of the big things there, I think, in my opinion, I think John Cena is going to be at the Raw. Another thing that they've been teasing the last couple of weeks is the debut of Pentagon.
Saw that.
I think will be a major part of this first episode of Raw.
A question on that, right?
Oh, he has right here the match.
So his brother, what was his brother's name?
Ray Phoenix.
So he's still stuck in AEW.
Yes.
Because they tacked on time for injuries.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, that's shitty.
Well,
I think that's absolutely shitty.
I think that could be a blessing in disguise for at least Penta, because I think his character and the way that he connected with the people is on a whole different level than his brother. So I think him as a singles competitor is going to have a major role if they let him develop and if that traffic that was following him from AEW and even other federations he was working for before follows the WWE. I think he's in for a good run, and they're going to see that.
So the question
coming up
is,
soon.
who does he feud with?
I mean, really, a lot of the guys that are there now, he could wrestle anybody.
Think he can work with anyone?
Yeah.
See, I'm hoping he doesn't work with Rey Mysterio. Because
That's gonna happen.
But I just think
I
think he may be pigeonholed into like the luchadors. And
It
if
has
it does,
to happen. I don't think he'll fall into that because
I hope he does.
if you go back to Lucha Underground, like he worked Vampiro, he worked different styles. He worked, the fighting hardcore style. He worked the lucha style. So I think he's gonna be able to hybrid and just wrestle.
Well, and that's what I want to say.
A lot of people, that are gonna be adaptable to that style and work around it. So I think it makes for a lot of good matches, a lot of good content, and I'm actually excited to see a fresh product when it comes to bringing in people and having new matches.
I got the card up.
All right, let's go over the card for Raw this upcoming Monday.
Roman Reigns taking on Solo Sikoa for Tribal Combat match. And CM Punk's going against Seth Rollins. And Women's World Championship match, champion Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Last woman standing match. And Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso.
Okay.
To 4 action-packed matches.
So,
Didn't I saw on that today? When I saw those matches, that there's a betting line on that.
yeah, it's been betting on wrestling
No,
for
no,
a while, Chris Blackheart.
I know that there is, but
Yeah.
when I actually saw it in black and white. Now, the one that I did remember, I think, what'd you say? It's Uso and McIntyre?
Would be good getting booked and just making a phone call. Hey, can you bet $100 on that?
Well, just to let you know, one of the revenue streams, Showcase Pro Wrestling, we will be betting next year,
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
So if you want to place your bet on Truth or Woonsocket,
Yeah. We'll be
we'd be happy to take it. We're doing double your money.
double your
If
money.
you bet 50, you can win 100.
Wow, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
So now, out of these matches, do we want to take picks on these matches or?
Who's thinking that? Yeah.
All right, we still got 4, right?
Yep. So if you want to grab a piece of paper there.
Give me up. All right, I'll let you write it down, and I'll write it down. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let me just.
Are you just going to write it down or are you just going to announce it?
No,
Well,
all I'm
we'll
gonna.
flip it after we
Yeah,
pick what
Danny,
we.
can I have that pen right there?
what we
All I'll
have.
do it so this one doesn't cry
So we had
that I picked his.
We have Reigns and Sokoa.
Yeah.
All right, Roman and Sokoa. All right. All right, what's the next one?
Seth Rollins versus CM Punk.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Then women's title match, Liv Morgan defending against Rhea Ripley in the last women's standing match.
Liv and Rhea.
And Drew McIntyre against Jey Uso.
Uso and Mac. Okay.
And that'll be at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California this Monday, January 6th.
All right,
Live
so-
on Netflix, 8 p.m. Eastern.
So it was 4 matches.
Yep.
So Roman, Sokoa, I have Roman.
Yeah,
Me too. Yeah.
Rollins, Punk, I have Punk on that one.
I got Seth.
I got Seth.
Liv and Rhea, I have Liv retaining the title.
I got Rhea.
I got Rhea.
And McIntyre, Uso, I got Uso.
I got Mac.
Drew.
You got Drew?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Well, some different opinions. All right, that should be good.
So what makes you think that Rollins will beat CM Punk?
It's Seth freaking Rollins, man.
Besides that.
you know what it is? Because I think they could build something up to WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking. I think either WrestleMania or they're going to go into the Rumble.
Well, I think something happens. I think something happens in both of these matches, which causes the outcomes that I have here. I have Roman over Sokoa, and I think something will happen during this Rollins match that Punk will end up getting the W there.
Yeah.
Now, the Liv Morgan situation, I just think that, it's so predictable to just have Rhea win the title that I think Liv will be successful and somehow, some way she'll retain the title and then prolong that story because there's still some mileage there. So, and Uso, I just think he's hot, man. He's just, you gotta send the people home happy, Chris Blackheart. So,
We got a comment in the chat room.
we'll see what
All right,
happens.
what do we got?
Tyree Orlando is asking, did you guys see what Vic TV posted about some New England wrestler or podcaster? And he wants to get our thoughts on it. I didn't see it, but did you?
haven't seen
Why don't you say they can post it? I have a feel. I think I know what he's talking about, but I want to make sure I know what he's talking about.
What is it?
Vic TV.
Is that on YouTube or?
Yeah, I'm not sure because.
Yeah, Tyree, if you could post a link for us or whatever. I didn't see it, but I mean. What is Vic TV?
I I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, no, that was the one that's the other podcaster. The Versace Stone was on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that's the one I listened to a couple weeks ago because the USOF, there was something on that they were complaining online, so I listened to it, and that's what it could be.
We'll find out in a moment.
But then I know I know some national site or national internet site put up about BRG working at Showcase.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of like new information, but it was like, okay, it's new, but it's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like which is kind of funny because we were talking about the other day because we had training on New Year's, which is a great thing to talk about before we get into the story. So if you ever thought about being a pro wrestler, you saw Coach Ken just posted this afternoon about training at 126 Main Street. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So literally you have no idea who can go through that door. We had so many people that we can't talk about in the past week that came through our door, which is awesome. So if you ever thought of doing it, just get your ass down there. Stop complaining. Stop saying I don't have any money. I don't have a job. Guess what? If you need a job, I'll find you a job. Do you know how many times, like, this is legit story, right? We have a lot of young talent, right? And some days, jobs. They stumble. And I job hunt for them some days. Like, legitimately, there's a young kid, right? He's getting a job. He did his background check. I think he said today. He started like next week. He was out for about 3 weeks, and I would always check up on him. So good job. Again, it sucks when you don't have a job. Yeah. But remember, it's not the problem. You got to figure a solution.
You got to solve the problem.
If you ever want to do it, whatever your problem is, reach out. Well, we'll try to help you. I'm not paying you tuition. But the idea is if you have issues with transportation, issues with jobs, reach out. We will literally make your life better if you ever want to be a pro wrestler because we're going to help you get out of your bullshit zone and into the training zone and start going.
Well, that's that. And like you said, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Showcase Pro Wrestling Training School and Arena.
So Danny, what did he put the link up there or?
Not yet.
So, while that's cooking there, where in the world?
Anyone see the link, the footage yet of Joel Davis
don't give it out yet.
Vegas?
We don't give it out.
Vegas? No, this is. Well, I don't know where he is. All I saw was big things 2025.
Well, with that being said, you already spilled the news. The real deal, Joel Davis will be in Las Vegas.
No, he was on the 29th.
What was he?
January? Yeah, the link's already up there.
January.
No, December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
that's why I asked you.
Hold the link. Joe hit me up last week.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. That happened.
I thought he was going this month.
No, it was a late booking, and I guess somebody saw one of his clips.
Is there a clip up there for Joe in Vegas?
Some, Get Ready People 2025. It's a TikTok video.
All right, let's see what the video.
Would hope. He's hitting the road in 2025.
Uh-oh. So maybe that show in Vegas. So I think what did Joel say? Let me see what he said. I think somebody saw his stuff, I believe, on a podcast.
Yeah, I'm looking for the message too last time I talked to Joe last week.
Yeah, he said someone on the West Coast heard it, and then they reached out to him. So it looks like Joe was on a podcast, saw some of his stuff, reached out to him, booked him, boom, he was there. So that leg's up there, so watch it.
All right, it's on the Real Deal Fitness and Conditioning page. He's got a link for that show, and it was December 29th.
Yeah, so we will watch it, and we'll actually give you some feedback.
The question is Joe back from Vegas? The question is Joe MIA in Vegas?
Wait a minute. Joel? Plane?
Yeah.
Train or automobile?
So,
which one?
Joe, when you watch this, Send us a message and let us know that you're still with us.
Yes, because if you were
In
booked through
2025,
the Bionic Travel Agency, you could still be traveling back from Las Vegas.
Yeah, you could be in the desert somewhere, in Arizona somewhere, stranded. So, yep. When are you going, Daniel? When are you taking the plane?
That's big news, Danny. Can you?
yeah, it's summer.
Why don't you break that as late breaking indie news we didn't talk about?
Yep, Dan Bedondi returned to Indiana for Slam and Time Pro Wrestling. And the brother I wrestled last time, Jasper Backman, we're tag teaming and going for the World Tag Team Championships there.
Bro, every time I see the picture of the gentleman he's tagging with, it reminds me of, there was this cartoon in the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
I can't picture it right now, but I know though it was either the grandmother or an uncle or whatever had the white hair, a little bit heavy set. I don't know the name of it.
Wait. Are you talking about one with Eddie Murphy?
I'm talking about the kid.
Big Mama's house?
No, well, yeah, that resembles that, but it was a cartoon show.
Okay.
Courage and Power of the Dog.
No, it wasn't Courage. It was like the Disney Channel show. I gotta look it up, man. But they had somebody that resembled him to the T, man. So Danny, he's gonna be teaming up with Disney Channel superstar. What's his name again?
It's Jasper Backman.
Okay, now I'll have to.
All right. We'll keep you posted on that. We'll
The
plug
Dr.
it.
Funk, that's his name.
Yeah,
Doctor of Funk.
We'll plug it on the upcoming time. So any of our showcase fans out in Indiana, because you never know, Don Vega could be going out there with them.
I'm not taking no freaking plane for 18 hours, man.
Hey, if it was,
I
flying
better
this
have
time.
I better have a
if it was
flight.
good enough for John Candy, it was good enough for you.
I better have a flight book if I leave Rhode Island. So
I'm going
See,
to
now
a
you-
round trip on the plane this time.
We'll have a nice Enterprise runner truck for you.
now you're making me search for this thing because now I'm
Oh, funny.
okay. Let's see what else we got while I search for this cartoon character here, Chris Blackheart. Take it away.
I didn't find anything bad, to be honest. I didn't see any bad stuff in the
Well,
indies.
I got a story for you, but again, let me. Looking up for this cartoon is more important than the story, or the individuals that were involved in the story. Let's see. What are you looking for it too?
I'm not good at hanging.
It was a Disney Channel cartoon with a family. There you go, the grandma. There it is. There it is, Chris Blackheart. Pull that side by side. You see the grandma with the white hair?
Yeah.
Okay, pull the picture of the brother that you're teaming up with.
Whoops, where did he go?
See, that's what it is. Luckily, I missed those.
Look.
There it is right there.
So there you see it.
All right,
there you see
I
the
see
grandma.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you see the guy.
So who does Danny look like?
I don't know, but he's missing the glasses.
Yeah.
He's got me as King Kong Bedondi, so.
King Kong Bedondi. He's been watching the podcast.
Yes.
Isn't that what you call him? Little Bundy?
What? I think Danny. I think you should embrace your inner Bundy.
Yeah.
It's funny because he used to call me his son, too, at the shows.
So Danny might be wearing
Which is ironic
a
because-
butcher-style singlet.
Well, because back then, Danny, you were probably about, 130 pounds lighter when Bundy was around?
Yeah, he was probably
Like
around
2000, 2002?
He was probably around 220, right?
Yeah.
What do we got in the chat before we move on, Danny?
The chat room, Daniel Alves is in the chat room. Sugar Mama from the Proud Family.
Sugar Mama, there you go. That's her name. Okay, all right. Sugar Mama.
He says I look
The
like
Proud
the
Family,
Vulture
yes.
from Looney Tunes.
The what?
He said I look like the Vulture from Looney Tunes.
The Vulture from Looney Tunes.
Oh, so-
I have to watch that.
The
Well,
Vulture.
speaking of news, we were going to talk about news. RCW Wrestling was in Medford last week. And, thank you to everybody that came out for the last show of the year there in Medford. We saw a comedian. Speaking of comedians, we saw, I believe, Benny Favorito is his name. Comedian from Vegas, oddly enough. And what a controversial guy that is.
I didn't
You
see.
talk about a guy that, puts his set to the limits. He definitely, you got to watch his link on the RCW YouTube page.
All
I
right,
mean, the
send it to
guy.
me. Well, how was the crowd reacting? Were they enjoying it, or
They enjoyed it. He got them balanced out. I mean, he's more of a adult type.
All right, so
But yeah, I mean, he says some stuff that it's not comfortable for this day's society. He has some dark jokes that no pun intended, that were over the edge a little bit. But nonetheless, the guy was funny, man. He was a funny individual. But speaking of people that are funny,
I like funny people. Tell me about funny people.
We got some visitors over at RCW.
So can we set the scenario? So from Providence, Rhode Island, what is the drive? What's the average drive?
It took me about an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
On a Friday night with heavy traffic. What do you think?
Heavy
About
traffic.
6:30.
Well, heavy traffic, that would probably be like an hour, 15 minutes.
All right. So Medford, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
Friday night. What time was bell time? 7:30?
The bell time, we started at 8.
Started at 8. All right. So people from anywhere from this area, like New Bedford to Rhode Island.
Fairhaven.
Fair. You had to do a good drive.
Yeah.
You had to make a effort to drive like good.
Right after Christmas.
Right after Christmas, an hour and 15 minutes. Was that when it was raining out, shitty rain? That Friday? I think that was that Thursday, right?
So.
So I'm just picturing it. Picture yourself in your car, people, right?
Yeah.
You're driving with Dan Badandi because he couldn't take the train.
Oh, with Danny, okay.
All right? Because you felt bad. So an
You
hour.
you buy your $30 ticket at the door.
$30? What,
Yes.
that premium ticket?
Yeah, $30 ticket at the door.
$30 premium ticket
Yeah.
for RSUW. Okay. Friday night, hour and a half drive, $30 ticket. Was there more than one individual we're talking about?
Yeah, that was 3.
3. So
Yeah.
almost $100 in tickets.
That's great, right?
Were they any food, any drinks, any souvenirs?
I don't
in
know.
there?
I mean, they might have taken some fucking some food, and then
Okay,
at the
alright.
end
But
they
still.
might have been almost shitting
All right,
themselves.
so $90 in tickets,
Yeah.
an hour and a half, right after Christmas. Okay, everyone, please picture this in your mind.
So now you got a bunch of guys that love being around each other.
Okay.
And love catering to one another, and as the comedian said in his set, they love wearing matching shirts. And they carry signs.
Signs, I like signs. Like,
Some people like having signs.
my-
Not that type of sign. The sign that you have to pay money to build.
oh, I'm not.
What about the signs that Roger Williams rips up every show?
No, not that type of signs. Like fat hit signs,
Oh,
like
like-
signs with images and that.
Like what kind of images?
Likeness images
Likeness of what?
of Don Vega,
What do you mean? Like Don Vega? Or-
like this beautiful head.
So somebody took a picture of your head.
One
photo
of my
of it.
promo shots or
Took
whatever, in ring shot or whatever. It was.
And they had you on a piece of paper?
No,
Like-
they had me
like-
on an
like-
actual cardboard, like a poster board.
Like this big? or-
Custom, like a fat head.
Like this
that's-
big?
No, the stuff that you
Like this
buy,
big?
like huge, like big.
So a little bit bigger than your actual head.
Yes,
So it was like
a lot
like-
bigger
like,
than my
like
actual
this?
head. Yeah, probably like a
All
sign
right.
like that.
More than one?
Yeah, more than one posters and the mouth will move and all that stuff. I was actually flattered that they spent all this time
Wow.
during Christmas, bought the tickets,
Yeah.
made the drive, made the signs, and went out there thinking that, we're going to spoil Don Vega's parade. Well,
What
unfortunately,
What happened?
you just made my night. I was actually flattered.
What do you think about it, dude?
I mean, you go to a wrestling show to express your feelings, even
Yes.
though these feelings are personal feelings.
Yeah.
You go there and say that I'm a piece of shit or an asshole. There's no secret that I'm an asshole. I could be the biggest asshole there is. You've seen nothing yet when it comes to that. So, they want to tell me something that I don't know, Chris Blackheart. But the funny part of the whole ordeal with these cats that showed up and we talked about this guy here on the show before because he wanted to be the savior of the masses because he heard bullshit from other people that are clueless and liars and idiots, just like he is. And he shows up and does this with his little buddies, but then after the fact, I was gonna greet them before
You
they
can do a
left.
meet and greet after?
Yeah, I was, but then I seen him pace walk out the door. Like, if you're gonna show up and visit me, at least have the courtesy to stick around after the fact.
That would have been nice.
You know, because right now, you know, you pay your ticket, you watch the show is done. Sometimes fans hang around afterwards.
They do.
You know, you don't have to bolt through the door. I mean, you were like that dog that had the grapefruits, the courage. What was his name? It was a cartoon. He was brave. You know, he had Courage the dog or something. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, I'm not good at
Well, yeah, you had the boss to show up there and do all these things, and then you leave.
So I found the Vic TV guy.
Yeah, hold on with the big TV. We got real TV going on here now. So you know, I just thought it was ironic
I thought that
they
was
showed up. By the way, it was two fat guys, the sign guy, and a guy that looked like the Keebler elf that was out there. And he was the tough guy sitting in the back. Oh yeah, fuck you. Oh yeah, you're an asshole. That was the first one that sped walked through the door when the boys were lining up to see my meet and greet.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's just funny how people think that they're gonna get over. You're not gonna get over. It's not gonna affect me. I've been in this business for almost 30 years. I've seen everything. For the most part, I've seen everything. So you're not gonna surprise me with anything. I saw them right away. I seen that I was already, you know, expecting whatever they had to throw, you know. So it is what it is. But we'll gladly take their money
in true heel fashion.
We will gladly take their money on the upcoming days, the 17th in Taunton, the 18th in Woonsocket, and the 25th in
Absolutely.
Franklin. You could bring your signs.
Yeah, so we encourage signs.
Yeah.
We like signs. We love when fans express themselves at events because that means they're having fun. And in reality, that is what wrestling's about.
Yeah.
Fans having fun, enjoying, loving who they love.
The problem I
hating
have,
who they hate.
the problem I have is when people get involved with shit they know nothing about on a personal level.
Yes, but don't worry, we got some presents for you coming down the line, and down the line, you can. And
there's a lot of people that are gonna be feeling stupid.
It will be okay to do "I'm sorry" signs or "I feel stupid." It's okay. You can have them. You can have them, and we will thank you for them.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. It was funny. It was funny. It was hard for me not to laugh.
No, you're a heel.
Yeah. So
thank you, Uncle Connie.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, what do you got? What do you got for the TV?
Tyree Orlando in the chat room is trying to point out, I guess this guy, Vic TV, he's doing a podcast tomorrow.
Is he plugging his shit, Danny? You giving him a plug?
No, I guess he's trying to highlight because in here it says he's going to be exposing some a cokehead promoter who runs illegal background checks and the disturbing court documents linking the New England podcast to a wrestling stable with serious allegations. So,
could be good.
Yeah, I think he said you should smack him up. So he might think.
Now we're open for it.
Huh?
He might think probably bring you up false allegations.
Oh, he could bring me up all he wants if that's what it is. Who is it that brought it up?
Tyree Orlando was trying to point that out to us.
No.
Oh yeah, if he wants to bring it up, that's more than fine. If he wants to reach out to me, I'll be glad to go on his podcast and bless him with my presence and really give him the fact. Who is this guy? Where's he from?
Well, the guy in the chat room, he's not this guy.
No, so have him reach out.
No, I'm talking about the guy that's doing the podcast.
Yeah, have him reach out to
TV. I don't know.
That's the funny part. Just reach out to Don Vega on all social media.
Yeah.
It's funny how people try to give this story that they know nothing about.
Nothing about. Not even close.
and then they hear from another resource that's another idiot that knows nothing about it. And in typical wrestling fashion.
Oh, Tyree's saying that you should smack up the sign guy.
I mean,
it is flattering when you think
it's
about
flattering that they go through that trouble and they're butthurt about something that, again, they don't know anything about. You know, it's like oil and water. They don't mix. You know what I mean? So, in order for you to have judgment on something, you have to know for a fact.
Right. And and I think we had this conversation, actually, I think it was last week, about people who think they're in the business because if they have a podcast or they have a message board, you're not in the business. And unfortunately, some days you feel like you're in the business because you have friends in the business.
Well, the difference is we're talking about, obviously, Showcase. We talk about wrestling news in general. But we've been in the wrestling business. Right. We've wrestled. We've dealt with idiots, promoters, shitty people, stupid fucking fans that we deal with now. Because back in the day, fans wasn't allowed to have as much access as they do now. They were just fans. You went there because you love wrestling. You wanted to be entertained. You bought a ticket. You went there. You enjoy yourself, and you went home. Yep. Same thing when you go to a movie. You buy a ticket to a movie, you watch that movie. You can't stay there and harass the actors that are on the film. You're not gonna go call them. You're not gonna go post on their shit talking about how you know this and that going on in their personal life because it's just a movie that you're watching. You pay to watch and you go home. You leave.
And the whole funny part about half of the stuff you see on the internet, it usually involves a female in some sort of way.
Yeah, that's the new.
Either they like the female, they want to be with the female, they want to date the female.
Or get stick-faced by the female.
Yeah.
You had to go there, Danny.
Danny's just adding to the.
But unfortunately, you could be right. You could be right. You know.
I mean, it's again. If it is, we don't know yet. We're not confirmed if he's going to talk about the podcast, if he's going to talk about me and situations that I had personally that will get aired once we're cleared to air those things here, because we said we'll be transparent and we got the whole scenario and it will get aired. And once it does, a lot of people are going to be feeling stupid, including people that are so supporting and so giving and so good, but yet you're texting 16-year-old girl messages on Facebook. And we'll have those too. So it's going to get interesting 2025 for certain individuals that in the little circle of friends play the victim role.
Oh, for the record too, this ain't Tyree's just pointing this out. This ain't
No, I know. Yeah, I know. He's just letting us know about the big guy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, we're more than fine with it. Again, I don't remember. I think he was on YouTube, but
I don't even know who.
Yeah. No, because I saw an episode a couple weeks ago, and I saw it by accident.
Yeah.
Because of people complaining. I'm like, I listened to it. I don't know. It was nothing really bad on it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be happy to take a listen, give some views on it, and again, if you go live tomorrow, Don Vega would be happy to go. So those who are listening and those who reach out to Don Vega, he'll be happy. Every week we go live and we go raw. We don't edit the stuff.
So we don't make up stuff. We don't get information from people that wasn't part of the whole situation. We get from the source. So if you're going to speak about something that you don't know, I suggest you do your homework first. With that being said, we have anything else, Danny? Any other messages?
I'm just saying, he said he supports Tyree saying he's a big supporter, loyal supporter of Showcase Pro Wrestling. Thank you, man. And Daniel Alves says, spill the beans and rice who's hitting on 16-year-olds.
Oh, we'll find out pretty soon. Whoever's been watching this podcast for a long time, they know that once it gets premiered, they'll find out who we're talking about. So with that being said, for tonight, Chris Blackheart,
this is the wrap up.
This is the blockbuster wrap up.
We are locking it up right now.
We're locked and loaded, not from Brockton, but from the 1776 studios here in Warwick, Rhode Island. That's all we got for this week. for Dan Madandi, the boss Chris Blackheart, and Don Vega, soon to be in some fucking shit podcast that no one will listen to, with some details that no one cares about. You will hear the real story coming up in 2025 here in the Showcase Pod.